Okay, we're talking to a few more people at the 100th anniversary of the Pennsylvania Farm Show, and I've got Troy and Wendy Jochems here, Hope Hill Lavendar Farm. And you guys have done such impressive work there. I know that my wife is a huge fan, and she's been there on the tour on your annual event. But there's a lot going on here at the Farm Show, and I'm glad that you guys are involved in agriculture and a big part of that. And particularly today at the Farm Show, we're honoring veterans. And Troy, you've served our country, the United States Marine Corps, and now we've got something that's being kind of coupled with the Pennsylvania Preferred idea of letting people know where their food sources come from, but not only that it's grown in Pennsylvania, but that it's grown by veterans. I think it's a great program, and I understand you just entered it lately. What do you think about the concept?
So far, I think it's a great concept. I'm glad to see the recognition to veteran farmers. There's a lot of them out there. People don't really realize that they're a veteran farmer, that deal with them at the farmers markets, and it's just kind of a way to raise a flag to them.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Look, we talked about earlier that people like to know where their food comes from, and people like to support veterans, and I think those two things being coupled is really important. I talked to the secretary earlier, and I know you had a chance to hear his remarks, and he mentioned the fact that about 2% of our population is involved in the military, and only about 2% of our population is involved in agriculture. But together, that 4% really touches everybody within the Commonwealth. And then your particular operation, you got a Pottsville address, but as I just mentioned that I think it's really Friedensburg. So you guys are in Wayne Township, Friedensburg area, and the lavender phenomenon, I think, is it. After we left our other meeting, you mentioned the fact that they could even use it in the culinary contest that they're having here today. And I didn't know about lavender for food. So can you tell me a little bit more, Wendy?
Lavender, a lot of people don't realize that it can be used in cooking, but it is an herb, just like cooking with parsley, sage, rosemary, and I cook with it a lot in the sweet end of things, and it's a different cultivar than the lavender that we use to distill to make the oils. So I always joke with people at farmers markets when I offer them a sample, I am not making you eat soap. It's a sweet, it adds a special sweetness to things when you cook with it and bake with it. And you can use it in reductions and cooking it with fish and such. And I have many cookbooks with recipes, and we share some on our website with Cooking with Lavender.
There's so much that I've got to learn here at the Farm Show. There's so much I learn all the time, and using lavender in culinary uses is, it's something that I'm just sort of amazed at. But I know that when people go out, there's so many more things that they can do with your product. And tell me a little bit more about your entrance into agriculture.
I'm not sure.
Entrance in agriculture. Basically, we started on our farm with horses, and our horses kind of led us into a lot of acreage and trying to decide what we were going to do with the acreage. So she wouldn't let me buy a hay baler, so we planted lavender. So it's been able to keep us on our farm, basically. It's value added to us on our farm. Touch base a little bit on the agritourism, being able to have festivals on our farm, have Christmas shows on our farm, feature other artists and crafters from Pennsylvania on our farm at times. So it's been a great entity for us.
That's terrific. So again, listen, I thank you so much for your service to our country, and your supporting agriculture, being part of the #1 industry here in Pennsylvania, and best of luck, and thank you.
Thank you.